Before I explain the way in which I make my banana cake, I wanted to mention that this is my first voiceover, so excuse the mistakes that I may make. Hi guys, and it's your girl Jeanette, and today I'll explain to you the way in which I make my banana cake. It's a very affordable and inexpensive banana cake that you can make in your own free time. Now, first thing first, you're gonna need 3 medium-sized bananas, and you're gonna be required to mash these up. So, please have a masher at hand if you do have one, or if you don't have one, just use a fork because that's what I used to use before I even got this masher in this video. Make sure your bananas are nice and sporty because it will enhance the flavor of your banana cake. And just make sure to mash up these bananas until they turn into a liquid-like form, because that's what everyone does. At least that's what I know. Next, add 3/4 cups of sugar alongside 2 eggs that you have beaten up, and use an electric mixer like the one that I have in this video. If you do not have an electric mixer, guys, you can always use a wooden spoon, a spatula, or a fork spoon, whichever one you feel comfortable with. Just use that. Mix these two ingredients until they're well incorporated into one another and it turns into a smooth like consistency, because this will definitely contribute to the outcome of your cake. Next, in the same bowl, add 125 grams of butter. Make sure that the butter is either melted or at room temperature, because it will be easy to condense into a liquid-like form, making your life a bit much more easier. If you don't have butter at hand or are allergic to butter, you can always use vegetable oil or coconut oil as a substitute. Mix the eggs, the sugar, and the butter until they form a smooth-like consistency. I think the easiest way to mix these 3 ingredients is by investing in an electric mixer, which only costs $15 in Kmart. I've had mine for like the past few years and it still works great. But it's up to you. I'm just offering you a suggestion that I would think will make your life easier, but it's up to you on whether or not you want to buy one. As you can tell in the video, I am going back to the bowl that has the bananas inside it so that I can make sure that they have been condensed into a liquid-like form. This is because sometimes we think that we have done it all at the beginning, but little did we know that we still have a few more things that we need to do in order to make it the best that it generally can be. Another quick tip is that it's easier to use a masher than it is to use a fork, because the masher just does the job much more easier, and it only costs $5 at Woolworths. In this video, guys, I actually missed a clip and I thought I was recording the whole time, but little did I know I actually wasn't. So the clip that I missed out on contained of me putting the 2 wet ingredients together and adding in 1.5 cup of flour. Well, I use self-raising flour, not plain flour, because self-raising flour has everything that plain flour doesn't have. If I use plain flour, then I have to put in baking soda and baking powder, which is a waste of my time when self-raising flour is literally just there. Guys, add in the flour gradually, okay, little by little, because it will make a difference. And if you want, you can always add in a little bit of milk if the cake batter is not the consistency that you want it to be, because you want the mixture to be runny, like when you make pancakes, you know, not hard. But if that's what you want, that's up to you, but you will see a difference in the outcome of your cake. and mix these together until they're fully incorporated into one another. And the cake batter looks somewhat smooth in its consistency. In the next clip, I will add 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence into the cake batter. If I don't have a teaspoon at hand, I will use the lid as my measurement guide. And then, guys, I will get out my choc chip cookies that I usually buy from Aldi for less than $3. That's right, less than $3. It's very inexpensive, and I recommend that you get it from there. I will add in 1 cup of these choc chip cookies into my cake batter, and then I will use a spoon to mix them into the cake batter. Guys, if you're very conscious of your weight, then please use some nuts instead of the chopped chip cookies, or use less chopped chip cookies, because this will make the cake much more healthier for you. And also make sure that you reduce the amount of sugar that you're gonna add in, otherwise adding in as much sugar as you think you're comfortable with, because you shouldn't be tempted nor forced to put in as much as I am just because that's how I make mine, because you can always switch it up and make it the way that you want it to be. So that's just my tip. If you want to take it, take it. If you don't want to, then it's generally up to you. While we wait, then I'll sing a song that I have in mind. This is more than a love, more than a lot, like more than a love. Baby, I'ma make you mine, and I ain't giving up. It's more than a love, more than a lot, like more than a love. Baby, I'ma make you mine, and I ain't giving up. Don't run away. Don't run away from the truth, 'cause I'm not giving up on you. Don't run away. Don't run away from the truth. And put the oven to 180 degrees, and then get your cake pan and then add on. As you can tell, I failed to add that into the song. So guys, just get your cake pan and get cooking spray or oil and grease it onto the cake pan in order to prevent the cake batter from sticking onto the cake pan or pan when it is fully cooked. Guys, don't mind my English, okay? So then pour the cake batter into the baking pan and then place it into the oven for up to 40 to 60 minutes, checking it regularly every 10 to 15 minutes to ensure that it is not over or under cooking. Preferably, I put foil on top of my cake and place it into the oven for 20 minutes, then take it off and let it cook for the remaining time. But it's up to you, okay? So wash the dishes as the cake cooks, and then get a fork when you believe that the cake is fully cooked and dip it in the middle part of the cake. And if it comes out crystal clear, then the cake is fully cooked and you can take it out of the oven. Let the cake sit and cool down if that's what you want. But if you don't want to wait and you're very impatient like me, eat it when it's still warm, because there is nothing wrong with that, and it's generally up to you, because at the end of the day, you're the one who made it, so you deserve to decide as to whether or not you want to eat it hot or cold. Because even if you do wait for it to cool down, you will still want to put it in the microwave to heat it up if you like it warm. But if you just like it cold, then let it cool down completely because you like it cold. Okay guys, that's it with the recipe, and don't forget to subscribe and comment in the section below as to what content you'd like me to produce in the future. Bye, have a good day and stay safe. Guys, make sure to wash everything that you have used once you have used it, because it's going to be